Let's go, family. You already know it's your boy, Crazy Faith, the God in the building. Getting ready to drop some quick value today. You know, so today's topic is actually gonna be, um, today's product. Today's topic is actually gonna be, don't be controlled by the way you think, right? So some of us are being controlled by the way we think, right? And that was me too. I was once controlled by the way I thought because of certain family members that I was around, certain people that I was around that was actually dictating the way I think, right? It was like a subconscious programming that we've been taught as kids growing up, right? And we've developed these habits to our adult life span, right? And we got to be mindful of that's not who we truly are. The way that your family members thought was them. You do not have to carry that. You do not have to carry the way that they've been thinking, right? You do not have to carry the way that they've been thinking, right? You could be the change that you want to see. You could be the change that switches everything around. So if you're dealing with this dysfunction, if you're dealing with doubt, if you're dealing with fear, you can change all of that, right? God did not allow you to be born with those traits. You develop those traits from your family members, from the people that you're around, and you have the power to change the way you think, right? The environments that we grew up in was the environments that we grew up in. We do not have to carry that same mentality that we grew up with. We do not have to carry that same mentality that we grew up with, right? It doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve the purpose that where we're going, and it's time to get rid of these things, right? If we want to see the growth that we want, right? Because remember, if we stay the same, we will continue to be the same, and then if we continue to be the same, we will continue the same results. We will get the same results consistently, right? So a good way to step out of that discomfort and that mindset is just being aware of it. If you start to doubt and fear starts to kick in, if they're in doubt starts to kick in, you have the choice, you have the option now to reject it, right? Reject it and replace it with faith and belief, right? And feed your subconscious mind. Keep feeding it, feeding it, and feeding it, right? You do not have to live in doubt. You do not have to live in disbelief, right? And it's okay if your family members grew up like that. Leave that with them, but you could be the one to transform your mindset if you really want to, right? Because I feel like a lot of this stuff has just been passed down, right? And it's time to break the cycle, right? If you're aware of it or if you're not aware of it, it's time to break the cycle. It's never too late. You guys have the option, you guys have the power to break the cycle, right? You guys have the option, you guys have the choice, and you guys have the power to break that cycle. You know, if it's like a hood mentality that you're struggling with, right? I had the same thing. I had that hood mentality, right? I had that hood mentality, right? And what got you here won't get you there, right? What got you here is not going to get you to the top, right? We have to start switching our mindsets. We have to start switching the way we thought, the way we was functioning, right? The people that are around us, that has to change in order to develop a better mindset. Because if we don't, we risk the opportunity of just staying the same and not transforming and growing and evolving. We got to be able to shift our mindset. We got to be able to change our mindset and to keep evolving, keep transforming into the person that we want to become. You feel me? Without the transformation, without evolving into the person we want to become, we stay the same as we are right now. We stay the same that we are right now. Nothing changes and it just stays the same, right? Some of us have the same mentality that we've been having for years, right? We have the same exact mentality that we've been having for years and nothing is changing, right? And you wonder why nothing is changing because it's your mindset, it's the way you perceive things, it's the same ideas you continuously entertain. We got to switch those ideas, we got to switch those thoughts up. We got to start replacing when those thoughts come, we got to start replacing it with better and healthier thoughts to reprogram our subconscious mind. If we don't reprogram our subconscious mind, we will become the same. We will stay the same. We will stay the same. There's no growth in staying the same, right? It does feel a little uncomfortable, but in the long term, you will love yourself and grow yourself to the person that God needs you to be. And ultimately, you will be grateful for it rather than living in regret and being the same person you are through your whole life, right? So, we gotta understand, we gotta understand that, certain habits can control our thinking, our belief in certain things, and the belief that you get in certain things can be the result that you're getting. So if you're not getting the results that you want, it's a result of your thinking. It's the reflection of your thinking. If you're not getting the results that you want, it's a reflection of your thinking. If you're not getting the results that you want, it's a result of your thinking. Right? God created you in abundant and fulfilled in a blessed mindset. He created you with joy, peace, love. Right? He didn't create you with anxiety, fear, disbelief. No, that's from the devil. That's from the enemy. He plants seeds of doubt, faith, doubt, disbelief, disencouragement. He plants those seeds. So we got to be mindful of switching those thought patterns into something more positive and more powerful. Because if we don't, those thoughts weaken your mind. It keeps you in a low vibration. Remember, the devil doesn't want you to be free. He wants you to be stuck, overwhelmed, and depleted. Right? He wants you to be stuck, overwhelmed, and depleted. He don't want you to have a free mindset and to be able to understand what you're going through and how to get out of the situation that you're going through. He doesn't want that. He wants you to live in defeat. Right? So we got to be mindful of how to switch those negative thought patterns into something powerful. And it's not your fault that if your family member grew up like this. It's okay. You have the choice now to change everything and to create a different, more healthy, more productive, more wealthy, more of a faith-based mindset. You don't have to live like that, right? You don't have to live in a lustful mentality. You don't have to live with chasing women. You don't have to live with being a slave to the world. You don't have to live like that. And I say that humbly and respectfully, right? You don't have to live like that, right? You have greatness within you, and you got to develop yourself to the point where you know who you are. Once you know who you are, nobody could break you. Once you know who you are, nobody could break you. But it takes time, it takes effort to develop yourself to understand who you truly are. Because at the end of the day, once you understand who you are, you realize that you don't need anything of this earth. You will live a fulfilled and blessed life. Who wants to live a fulfilled life like you fulfilled, like you don't need anything, right? You fulfilled. God placed everything inside of you. You lack nothing. You lack nothing. You lack nothing. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. And that's enough. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. You do not need to conform to someone else's belief or thinking. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. And nobody can take that away from you. This is something that you can take from you for the rest of your life. Right? Stop looking outside. Stop looking outside for pleasure. Stop looking outside for energy. Stop looking outside for love. You got all the love within inside of you and God. God has everything for you, right? And at the right time, He will bless you. At the right time, if you don't have it already, He will bless you, right? But it takes developing yourself, developing your character, and understanding who you are, right? Understanding who you are, and do not let bad habits control you. The way you think, whatever you're going through, whatever habits are defeating you, you got the power to get released from those habits. And God is the only one that can release you from those habits and transform your life. Right? So with that being said, this was a quick video. But yeah, I want to leave you guys with this, right? I want to leave you guys with this, right? If you don't change your thinking habits, you're pretty much gonna live an average life, right? The same mundane life. But if you switch your thinking habits, you have an opportunity to change and live a different life. If you stick with it and stay consistent with it, You will see the improvement. You will see the transformation. You will see yourself evolving and transforming. But if you don't want to put in the work, you will stay the same. And as a mind is a terrible thing to waste because it's so powerful and it can give you the life that you want. But you have to reprogram it. You have to reprogram it. And how you reprogram it is by switching what you're saying to yourself, what's coming into your mind, right? And you got to do it consistently until you have a solid foundation of positivity, until there's no more of that in your mind. But you have to keep doing it. It's like a war. You have to keep fighting until it's ingrained in your mind. All right. So with that being said, I hope you guys took a lot of value from this video, and you guys could take something from this video and implement it, and also share with others. Right. Also share with others and be different and evolve and transform and grow and see the blessings of God. So with that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith of God. Happy Friday once again. Let's go. Today's gonna be a great day. Let's get it.